Hey, this is René. So I found this trading strategy on the TradingLab official YouTube channel, and I want to check if this strategy is actually good and worth looking at.
This video is presented by BM Trading. Learn to code your own expert advisors. Link in the description.
So what I did is I checked this chart, which I will link below in a comment. And I wrote the source code for this exact strategy in the MetaTrader 5 to backtest it with historical data over a long period of time. So how does this strategy works? You can also watch the short on the TradingLab official YouTube channel, but I will explain it very briefly. So what we do have is we have two moving averages. One is a 20-period moving average, which is based on the high prices, and the other one is a 20-period moving average based on the low prices. What we then do is we will try buy positions, or we will trade buy positions if the price is above this channel and if it comes back to the channel, and we will execute sell positions if the price was below the channel and then comes back into the channel. So as always, when we find strategies in the internet, these strategies are often not 100% objective. So they say you can use this strategy, but make sure to apply your own trade management and stuff, which of course we cannot really do, or it's not that simple. So I just took this very basic strategy and wrote the code for it, and this is how it looks like. So I will test this here quickly in the visual mode just for gold, because I know gold had some trendy periods lately, and I'm testing from 2020 to 2024 in the visual mode. I'm using the 4-hour chart because from my experience, the higher time frames often work better and are more stable. And I want to give this strategy a realistic shot here to actually turn out to be a good one. So the strategy tests are just loaded, and you can see we have these exact two moving averages here. Both of them are 20-period moving averages. The upper one is based on the high prices of the candles. The lower one is based on the low prices of the candles. So how does this look like? You can see here right now the candles are above this channel. So once we do get back inside of this channel, and then with the beginning of the next bar, we open this position. So you can see I tried to, get very close to this image here that I found in the short video on the TradingLab official YouTube channel. So this is exactly what we see here. Price breaks out above this channel, comes back into the channel. And just from this picture, I was not really able to identify if the price just has to touch this channel or if it has to close inside of the channel or even below the channel. This was not 100% clear to me. So what I did, I just said that we need a specific amount of bars before we hit back into the channel that are above the channel. This is to make sure that we do not open infinite position if it's just outside, inside, outside, inside. So what I said is, for my program here, I had a bunch of input variables, and for example, we risk 500 euro per trade, we have a TP of 5%, SL of 2%, and the bars X is exactly what I talked about. So we will need 3 bars, 1, 2, 3, for example, that have a low which is above the channel, and then with the next bar that has a low that is inside of or below the channel, then we open the position. So let's have a look at some examples. Here you can see first position is open, TP is further away than the stop loss. This is of course because we are looking at a trend following strategy. So in my opinion, it makes sense to have a TP which is more distant than the stop loss. So here's the second trade, and we do have the same scenario. Like we have 3 bars that have a high which is below the channel, and then the next bar is inside the channel, and then we open the sell position, and it's the same procedure here pretty much. So we do see a TP which is further away than the stop loss, and then we just see what will be reached first. There's another buy position. With this very raw concept of the strategy, how I set it up here, we often see multiple positions at the same time. But this is kind of fine, I would say. You could also modify this, but I wanted to keep it really as close to how I understood this short as possible. And then, this is like what we're really looking for with the strategy, like really these explosive movements where we can really see the trend movement, and this is when the strategy can make money. And that's pretty much what the strategy always does. Like We open trades when we are below or above the channel, and when we then come back into the channel. And yeah, you can see here just from the very first few trades, of course we do not win every time, of course we do not lose every time. So what we gotta do is have a long-term back test, of course. So this is what I want to do. Again, to show you the settings, we are using this bars X of 4, so 3 bars outside, 1 bar inside. Then risk is 500 euro per trade, TP is 5% of the open price, SL is 2% of the open price. Settings for our chart, I test in gold. With a strategy for the last 5 years, starting from 2020 to the end of 2024. I do not use the visual test now for this quick back test, and I use every tick based on real tick on a 25,000 US dollar simulated account here for the test. So let's wait until this test is done. So that's it, test is over. Before we go into the analysis, I will upload the code for this program into the Automated Traders Elite community. I will also link it below in the comments below this video. So what we see here is the, as I said, simulated performance or backtest for the period from 2020 to 2024, the end of 2024. Looks like this in the graph. We do see all of the trades here also. So if we zoom out a bit and maybe go into the, no, daily chart is not a good idea, but if we zoom out a bit, we can see that especially in these very trendy periods, we can really stack up a lot of positive trades. Like here, see all of these buy trades and yeah, capitalize on these trendy movements. So I mean, it is obvious, but I have to repeat myself here. In trendy periods, of course, a trend following strategy performs a lot better. We can always see this, like here, bunch of winning trades on the short side, here, a bunch of winning trades on the buy side. So this is also why it is no surprise that if we have a look at the daily chart, and we can easily see here, gold had a ranging period pretty much from 2020 to the end of 2022. Or like there was a very long ranging period here somewhere in between these years, and we can also see like the EA or this strategy was not really able to perform in this period. With the start of 2022, it was getting better, and this is what we see here. Like the beginning of 2022, like from this daily chart here was not too trendy, I would say, but then of course everyone who follows or trades the gold a bit knows that from the end of 2022, we just see a very, very clear and long buy trend. And this is also where the expert advisor then made a lot of profits. Here, especially in this period, we can see it stacked up so many buy positions and then was able to capitalize on these buy positions. Is it a good idea that we stack up so many positions? I don't know. This is something that you could modify, for example, in this program. As I said, code is in the community. But as I said before, also, I wanted to keep it as close as possible to the image and to the short that I based this program on. And here in this picture, we can clearly see that the trading channel here says that you have multiple entries in the same trend. So this is also what I coded here. Let's also have a look at the backtesting key figures here, the actual numbers. So we have a total of 362 trades here, which is not specifically over trading, I would say, but for the 4-hour chart, it's also not a small amount of trades. Then we did make an overall profit of 23,000 based on my initial deposit, like tester deposit here, which was 25,000, so nearly doubled the account in these 5 years. But of course, there were also a little bit bigger drawdown periods. Like here, the biggest drawdown from the key figures here is 15,000. So it's of course not considered risk-free with these settings, as trading never is. A profit factor, though, it looks very good, 1.2, which is in my opinion great. And if the EA would be able to like really realize this in a live account, this is definitely something you might want to look into. So so far for this easy strategy, as I said, code is in the community. If you want to check it out, you can download it from there. And in the comments, please let me know what other strategy you want to see, maybe from the TradingLab official YouTube channel, because I think he really describes some of the strategies very good, so you are actually able to code them. Just make some suggestions, please, in the comments, and I will have a look at if I can code some of these strategies. Always make sure to use only or to suggest only strategies that are described correctly and objectively. Most of the trading strategies in the internet from trading gurus, etc., are not really objectively, and most of them are pretty much very subjective and need a lot of interpretation, and that's always hard to code. But yeah, just feel free to suggest a strategy, and thanks for watching. I'm out. Have a great time. Good trades. Bye.